So
Exactly.
I applied, and funny, that's fortunately for me, I got the job, and I was
All right. Hi, everyone. Sorry. All right. Good evening, everybody. How are we doing this evening? How are we all doing? Hope we're good. Hope our day wasn't too stressful. If you can hear me loud and clear, awesome, awesome. Okay, great. So that confirms that we can all hear me. All right, great. Welcome to the session, everybody. Welcome. So let me just share my screen right away so that we can get into it. And just so that you know, this session is recorded. All right, we are recording this session. So in case you miss out on anything due to your network, we'll be sharing the recording with you. And all you need to do to be able to access the recording is to fill out the attendance form that would be shared in the chat box shortly. All right. So welcome to this session where we'll be talking about your best chance to getting into tech as an African, as a Nigerian. All right. And that's pretty much what we focus on here in here at Nebiant Analytics. We are not just an edtech platform. All right. We like to see ourselves as a movement. And we are committed to unlocking the vast potential of Africa's brightest minds. We know that Africans have, you know, potentials, talents, but there are a lot of restrictions that have hindered Africans from, unleashing those talents. And we've been, positioned to help African talents unlock their potentials. And we've been doing that for about 2 years. And in just under 2 years, we've helped over 100 Africans break into tech, especially data-centric career paths, helping them transform their ambition into achievement. And if you're on this call right now and your desire is to get into tech, whether you're a beginner or you're already learning something, you're looking to level up, be rest assured that Nebiant Analytics is where your journey starts. All right. And we'll be looking at how we can help you in this session, how we've helped other people, and also how we can help you in that journey. And one more time, just so you know, the session is being recorded. And if you are just joining, you have not missed out on anything. You can fill out the attendance form to get access to the recording of the session. So, what are we going to be looking at today? Very simple. All right. I want to believe that everybody on the call are Africans who are looking to get into tech. If that is true, please give me a thumbs up. You are an African looking to get into tech. Fantastic. So it would make sense for us to take a look at how other Africans have been able to transition into tech. And that's where we're going to start from. We'll look at how people like Esther, people like Oluwaseun, and quite a number of other people that have broken into tech. How did they do it? We'll start from there. And once we are done with that, we'll then learn how can you do the same following in their footsteps. And we'll end the session with a special announcement at the end of the session. And then we'll have time for questions and answer. How does that sound, guys? Give me a thumbs up if this sounds okay. Give me a thumbs up if this sounds great. Fantastic. I love the energy. You're welcome, Chinedu. Chinedu, do well to fill out the attendance form, all right, so that you can get the recording to the session. Right. So let's get right into it. I would start by sharing the story of Esther. And if you are joining the program, if you are joining the session rather before now, you would have heard when Esther was talking about our journey. So I'll really not spend too much time talking about Esther's journey. She, took a lot of time talking about how she was able to transition. But this is a summary of Esther's journey. All right. Esther finished from the School of Nursing. And if you're a Nigerian, you can tell how that looks like as a nursing graduate, starting to look for job and the kind of opportunities that you have, especially in Nigeria. So Esther wasn't satisfied with that. She wanted more. So in a bid for Esther to get more, Esther knew that she had to do more. And guys, this is always the first step. If you're looking to break into tech, that skill, that opportunity won't just, jump on you. You have to do more. And that is where it always starts, getting outside of your comfort zone. All right. Deciding to push yourself beyond your current abilities. That's when opportunities can actually be maximized. And this was what XR did. And that led her to signing up for our data analytics program. Like you heard us say, in February this year. So she signed up February this year. And allow me to fast forward. Don't let me bore you with all the details in between. Fast forward to 3 months after Esther started a learning journey, Esther was able to secure her first role as a monitoring and evaluation analyst. Now she currently works as a data analyst, but the role is called monitoring and evaluation analyst. She works hybrid for an organization called Power Nigeria. So Esther was able to, when I said Esther, some of you might want to say, might think that I was about to say Esther was black and broke. But when Esther see money, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with that skit. But yeah, that is literally what happened to Esther. 3 months after Esther signed up, establish. All right. That just came to my head, but I think I like it. I like it. I like it. I think I like it. So now Esther works as a monitoring and evaluation analyst right now. And that is what can happen the time you decide to step out of your comfort zone, give yourself more so that you can be more. But not just Esther, all right? Not just Esther. We also have quite a number of other people, but I'm not going to keep you on the call talking about every one of them, all right? That will take a lot of your time. But let me share the story of one more person. His name is Oluwaseun. All right. His name is Oluwaseun. And before Oluwaseun got his first tech job, he used to work as a risk officer at a microfinance bank. And if you have ever worked in a microfinance bank in Nigeria before, I'm sure you can already have an idea of the kind of work he did and the kind of pay that he got. All right. And that wasn't what Oluwaseun, envisaged for his life. So he decided, what, it is time for me to get into tech. I've been hearing about tech. It is time for me to empower myself with a tech skill. All right. And coincidentally, Oluwaseun met with our COO, our Chief Operating Officer, in the person of Mohammed Suleiman, met him at an event in Lagos. And, as they were discussing about several opportunities in tech and how he could position himself for such opportunity, he was able to learn. You're welcome, Samuel. He was able to learn, opportunities in several career paths in tech, and he fell in love with business analysis. And then he signed up for our business analysis training in August last year. And just a few months later, Oluwaseun started by getting recognized on LinkedIn as a top voice, a global top voice in business analysis. And for those of us on LinkedIn, you know what that means. It means that Oluwaseun got recognized as a leading business analysis expert globally. And that global recognition helped him land several business analysis gigs. And right now, Oluwaseun works full-time as a business analyst for an organization called Your Innovations Plug. And he joined them since March this year. All right. Now you can begin to imagine a roadmap from where you want to be to where you're currently at. From the story of Esther and Oluwaseun, something is consistent. And let me give you the summary of that. It would always start from you desiring more. If you're happy with where you're currently at, you may not see a need to want to push for more. All right. But with a desire to be more, it will require you to do more. And that's the place of empowerment. And you can see it in the story of these people. They did that and they were able to achieve their desired result. So guys, take it from this session that if you want more, you have to what? I want to see people that are following me. If you want more for yourself, what has to happen? If you want more, put that in the chat. Let me see that in the chat. If you want more, what has to happen? If you want more, you have to do more. Fantastic. Heavenly blessing. Peter, you have to do more. Fantastic. So let that start to ring in your head as we progress in the session. All right. So, guys, a lot of people will think that there are no jobs anymore in tech because there are a lot of noise on the internet about how AI is going to come for your job. AI is taking the job of this person. AI is taking the job of that person. That is not true. As a matter of fact, if there's one thing that I know for a fact, it is that the tech space is not saturated right now. The only thing that makes it seem like the tech space is saturated is the fact that a lot of people want to get into tech. So tech is more like a buzzword right now. A lot of people, want to get into tech, and that is why it seems like there are too much people in tech. But that is not true. There's a difference between wanting to get into tech and actually working in tech. So that means that the number of people who want to get into tech is not equal to the number of people who are actually in tech. That means that you must find a way to stand yourself out from the number of people who want to be in tech, to be part of those who are actually in tech. What am I saying in essence? The tech space is not saturated. You only need to stand out. And how do you stand out in tech? You must deliver proof of quality work. What stands you out from every other person trying to get the same role you are applying to is the proof of quality work that you have. And this is how our students have been standing out. This is the secret that a lot of people miss out on. If you want to really get into tech and cut through the line, you must stand yourself out by providing proof of quality work. And we'll see how that, how you can get that as we progress in the session. Another thing I want you to bear in mind is the fact that now we are so lucky that our, will I call them predecessors now, people who already work in tech globally, they have represented us very well. And I'm sure you've heard before that Nigerians are very talented. I think there was an article that came out one time ago that the most intelligent family in the UK is a Nigerian family. I'm not sure how many of you got wind of that article. How many of you heard that story? I think it was flying around some years back that the most intelligent family in the United Kingdom is a Nigerian family, and that if you go to any country, most of the brilliant people, most of the people really doing great are Nigerians. And what that has done, all right, what that has done is it has casted a spotlight on Nigerian talents. And recruiters abroad are now more interested in local talents, in Nigerian talents for two reasons. Let me tell you why. Number one, they know that we are talented. They know that we are resilient. We can do the work. All right. They know that Nigerians are naturally talented. But the second reason, which is to them, their most important reason, is they also know that they can use Nigerians to achieve local labor. This is how it works. To hire a typical data analyst in the United States, for instance, you would have to pay them nothing less than $6,000, $7,000. But these recruiters abroad now know that I can get a Nigerian or an African to do the same work or even better work for lesser pay. So why would I want to pay a United States resident $7,000 for the same job that a Nigerian would do even better, when a Nigerian would be very happy with $3,000? So because of that, global recruiters are now targeting African talent these days for two reasons. They know that we have the talent, we can do the job. But the second reason is local cheap labor. All right, they are looking for cheap local labor, and that's why you go online these days. You see opportunities for data professionals globally. They tell you the salary is $2,000. But guys, let's do the maths. That might seem like, oh, they are trying to take advantage of Africans. But let's do the maths. Let's do the maths. If you earn, say, $2,000 to $2,500 as a Nigerian living in Nigeria, would you consider that great pay as a Nigerian or not? Just give me your reaction if you would consider it good pay, at least for a start. Give me a thumbs up. But if you think it is too small, give me a thumbs down. If you think it is great, $2,000, $2,500, that's, if you convert that to Naira, should be around $3,500 and above. Sorry, 3.5 million Naira. That's what I meant to say. Now, imagine you're making 3.5 million Naira as a Nigerian working in Nigeria. That is great pay, even though monthly, actually, monthly. So even though to them you are cheap labor, but because of our economy, that amount of money is fantastic. All right. So that is why you need to position yourself. And there's huge demand right now. There's a huge demand for data professionals globally. And the best time to position yourself for such opportunity is right now, for two reasons. Foreign companies are looking to African talents for cheap labor and quality work. So what you need to do is train yourself to be able to deliver quality work. All right. Train yourself to be able to deliver quality work, and at the same time position yourself for global opportunities. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make any sense? Give me a thumbs up if it makes any sense to you. Fantastic. So two things: position yourself. No, let's start with training yourself to be able to deliver quality work, and also position yourself for global employment. And the best time to do that is now, because if you go on LinkedIn, for instance, and you can do that at the comfort of your home, do that, just fact check me. All right, go on LinkedIn right now, or maybe after the call, and search for data analyst job openings across EMEA. And let me give you guys that trick. In fact, let me show you. All right, let me show you. Let me see if I can show you very quickly. Let me see if I can show you. Give me 1 second. Let me give you a tip. If you're looking for jobs online, if you're looking for jobs online on LinkedIn, for instance, if you're looking for jobs on LinkedIn as an African and you want globally accessible roles, let me show you how to approach it very quickly. Let me show you how to approach that. So we're going to look for a data analyst role, and we're going to pick out two things from this demonstration. One, which region should I position myself for? Number one. And number two, we want to take a look at what the opportunities look like. Are there even jobs? Are there jobs available right now? Do I even need to stress myself learning data analysis? Will I get a job? Are there openings? All right. Those are the two things we want to get from this demonstration. So allow my LinkedIn to open up. If you can see my screen, if you can see that my LinkedIn is opening up, please give me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen and you can see LinkedIn loading, okay, great. So you can see my screen. So let me show you very quickly. Give me 1 second. My network be acting up tonight, but just give me 1 second, and let me load that up. You know what? Let's just continue, and we will come back to this. We'll come back to this when LinkedIn opens up. All right. So, but the point I want to make from this slide is that there are thousands of open roles globally on LinkedIn across data and artificial intelligence right now. So if you're an African and you're looking for a career path strategically, that is easy to learn, easy to transition into, and has great pay, you want to focus on data career and also artificial intelligence. So my question now is, if there are so much opportunities, why then don't you have a tech job to yourself? Are you asking yourself that question also, given the fact that I've, mentioned that there are an abundance of opportunities? So are you asking yourself that question as well? If truly there are thousands of open roles globally on LinkedIn across data and artificial intelligence, why then don't you have a tech job? Who wants to take a guess? In fact, it doesn't have to be a guess. Who wants to tell me why in the chat? Just tell me your own reason. Why do you think you do not have a tech job right now? If truly there are 1,000 opportunities or thousands of opportunities globally, why then don't you have a tech job? Do you want to give me your own reason before I give you mine? What do you think the reason is, or the reasons are? You can put that in the chat. Lack of skills. I like that. I like that, Emmanuel. That's very honest. Let's see. Let's see. Samuel, maybe because I don't have the skill yet. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to debunk or acknowledge, but whatever you say is correct. All right. Let's see more. Let's see more. So keep it coming in the chat. Now, these are the reasons. All right. And I'm going to, talk briefly about these reasons. The reason why you don't have a tech job yet is because you lack 5 things. All right. And by the time I'm mentioning these 5 things, I want you to start taking note of these things, because these are the things that you need to start giving to yourself right from tonight. Empower yourself with these 5 things. And once you empower yourself with these 5 things, you are well on your way to landing your first tech job. So if you want to find out these 5 things that you lack, let's get right into it. The first thing that you lack is obviously data skills. You lack the knowledge and skills of data analytics and data visualization tools. If you want to be a data professional, you need to know how to use some data analytics tools. Yes or no? I'm guessing the answer to that is yes. And you don't just want to learn any random tool. You want to learn tools that are in demand in the market right now. And 2 of such tools are Power BI and Looker Studio. These are the 2 tools that global organizations are using to uncover hidden but valuable insights from their data. So if you want to get a job in data and analytics, you need to empower yourself with the skill and knowledge of data analytics tool. But you want to focus on globally in-demand tools like Power BI and Looker Studio. So this is one of the reasons why you don't have a data analytics job, or why you don't have a job as a data professional. The second reason is, remember, let's not forget that one of the reasons why global recruiters are looking to African talent is because they believe that Africans can deliver quality work. So that means if you want to get a job, you must be able to prove that you can deliver this quality work. And how do you prove it? You give us, what have you done before? You give us things you've worked on before. All right. I believe everybody on this call, if you want to take your clothes to a tailor, for instance, let me use our local language. I know they don't like to call themselves tailors. They will say they are fashion designers. But if you want to take your clothes to a tailor, and you have 2 options, tailor A just uses his mouth to tell you, "Okay, don't worry now. I will sew you very well. I'll sew clothes for you very well. I will do you well." Just uses his mouth to tell you. But then you have tailor 2, who has a catalog of work that they have previously done. And you can see from their catalog that their work is great. Guys, between tailor A and tailor B, who would you give the job to? Who would you give the job to? Very quickly, guys. Who would you give the job to? Between tailor A, who just uses his mouth to tell you, and Taylor B, who shows you proof that he has done it before and can do it again. Obviously, Taylor B. And that same process apply to you as someone who is looking for a job within the tech space. You must be able to prove that you can do this thing by showing us that you have done it before. And that's where a portfolio will serve you. All right. A portfolio will serve you. You need to have a website where recruiters can go to and check you out and check out all the previous work you have done. So if you have the skill, you must be able to back it up. So you need the skill and knowledge in Power BI, Looker Studio. You also need a website portfolio to demonstrate these skills. The third thing that you lack is a personal brand that is visible and compelling. All right. Gone are the days where talents are the one always running after jobs. In this day and age, recruiters are also running after talents because recruitment now is a serious business. Recruiters literally get commission when they hire talents. And I hope you know. If you don't know, let me tell you now. Whenever somebody reaches out to you and wants to give you a job, maybe a recruiter, don't think they are doing you a favor. They are not doing you a favor. They are literally getting paid for being the one to hire you to the job. All right. They are getting paid for being the one to hire you for the job. So that's why recruiters are looking for the best talent. And how do you show that you are the best talent? Your personal brand, your online presence, your online perception. When people go online and come across your profile, what do they see? Are they impressed by what they see? Or do they just see you trolling people online on Twitter, on Instagram? What does your personal brand exude? Does it exude, does it give the vibe of somebody who is professional, can do quality work, and all of those things? If not, you are shooting yourself in the leg and you're reducing your chance of landing a job in the shortest time possible. So you also need a personal brand that is not just visible, but also compelling. Guys, do you agree with me? Give me a thumbs up if you agree with me. Um, Personal, visible personal brand. Great. So this is the third thing that you lack why you're not getting a tech job yet. The fourth thing that you like, and this fourth thing that you lack is all thanks to the modern wave of technology, especially around artificial intelligence. We are now fully in the world of artificial intelligence, and for you to play catch up, you have to be immersed fully into the world of artificial intelligence. And one way you can do that, now I've heard people say that there are two types of people around the AI vibe, the AI noise. Two kinds of people. Number one are creators, people that are creating artificial intelligence solutions. And two, consumers, people that are consuming artificial intelligence solutions. You don't want to write code, but you can also use AI to elevate your career. And how do you do that? You use prompt engineering. So one of the very important skills you can empower yourself with right now is how to be a master AI prompt engineer. There's a skill to it. People just think you can just go on ChatGPT and just type anything. Yes, you will get results, but would you get the best and optimal results? The answer to that is no. People literally learn AI prompt engineering. So you need to be able to learn how to accurately and productively prompt engineer an AI tool. All right. So because we are in the age where recruiters are putting out job applications using AI, and the only way you can match that is also to tender that application also using AI, because we have something called CV job matching. And this is how it works. A recruiter sends out a job posting, and part of that job posting is job description that tells you this is what I want you to do. And the expectation of the recruiter is whoever is applying to these jobs must be able to meet every requirement in that job description. But for some reason you're unable to meet them, would you now say, oh, don't worry, I can only match this, I can only match this, but these other ones I won't be able to match it because I don't have the skills? You are already shooting yourself in the leg. So the best way to position yourself is to use AI. Tell AI to exactly match the job description. Craft your CV to match the job description. Craft your cover letter to match the job description, so that when the recruiter now sees your application, it matches everything that they require. And that way, there's no way they can turn their eye from your application. So you need to master how to leverage artificial intelligence to your advantage. Are we still together, guys? Are we still together? Are we still together? Are we still together? Fantastic. Fantastic. Great. So the fifth thing that you lack, also very close to leveraging AI, is building an artificially intelligent CV. Whether you like it or not, and guys, please take it from me that I've used AI to, in fact, I've used AI to make money. Whether you like it or not, AI is here to stay. So it's either you are using AI or you are being left out. All right. We are no longer in the day and age where you give people 50K to help you craft your CV. Yes, there are, it used to be a popular trade back in the day. We used to have people whose business literally is to craft CV. That is what they do for a living. Their job is CV writer. But we are in an age where you don't need a CV writer anymore, because if you use a CV writer, you are less likely to match every requirement of the specific job that you are trying to apply to. Except for every job you want to apply to, you will hire a new CV writer, and that is not cost effective. So in this day and age, you can literally use AI as your CV writer, such that for every new job you are applying to, you are applying AI. You are using AI to craft and tailor your CV to that job description so that it matches it exactly. And that way, your chances of being called for an interview drastically improves. So you need to learn how to master artificial intelligence to tailor your CV to every job you're trying to apply to. All right. So these are the 5 things that you lack, that if you get yourself empowered, you empower yourself with the knowledge and skill of Power BI and Looker Studio. You empower yourself with a website portfolio that your recruiters can go to and see your previous work. You have a personal brand that is compelling and visible, and you have mastered AI prompt engineering, and you also know how to use AI to build an artificially intelligent CV. Tell me how you will not land a job. In fact, let me throw that question back to you. Do you think that if you have access to all of these things, what do you think your chances of landing a job would be on a scale from 0 to 10? Give it a scale you like. On a scale from 0 to 10, you have access to all of these things. On a scale from 0 to 10, what do you think your chances will look like? Give me a scale. Let's just let's interact. Let's interact. You have access to all of these things. What do you think your chances of landing a job would be once you empower yourself with all of these things that I've mentioned here? So keep it coming in the chat while I proceed. Now, these are all the things that you need to position yourself for a job. But imagine, just imagine, all right? And I want you to imagine that I brought you to a session tonight, and the only thing I talked about was the problem. I didn't come with a solution. Would you think that we would have had a successful session? Would you consider that session worth your time if the only thing I talked about was the problem, the problem, the problem, the problem? It definitely will not. Do you agree with me? If all I talked about was what you lack, and I didn't tell you how you can meet this lack. But don't worry, all right? Don't worry. I've also come with a solution, because guess what? This problem that I talked about is common to a lot of Africans. And this was the gap that we identified. And we decided to create a solution. And the solution is, we have crafted out a 4 weeks intensive training program that gives you everything that I've mentioned before that you lacked. All right. It gives you everything. You see these 5 things. Let me go back to it. You see these 5 things that I mentioned that you lack. This training program will give you all 5 things, from data skills to CV, to AI powered CV, to prompt engineering, to project portfolio, everything. This training program will give it to you. And let me prove to you how. Let me prove to you how. In the first week, all right, in the first week, in the first week, you're going to learn how to use Looker Studio to analyze data. All right, you're going to learn how to use Looker Studio. Remember, Looker Studio is one of the in-demand tools that organizations globally use to make sense of their data. And you're going to use the first week on the training program to learn how to use Looker Studio to analyze data. And by the time you are done in that week, you would have been able to come up or come out of that week with this report you can see on my screen. How many of you can see this report on my screen? You can see this week 1 report. This is what you'll be able to build in just the first week. All right. You would learn how to use Looker Studio, and then to prove to us that you truly have mastered this tool, you would build this performance analysis report, this sales performance analysis report. I wish I could show you the report live. You know what? Let me see if I can show you the report live. How many of you would like to see this report live? Give me a thumbs up. Let me see if we have enough people to show. All right. Let me try to see if I can show you the report live. Give me a second. I don't want to, you know what? This session is recorded. Let me stop sharing my screen. I don't want to expose some things. Let me stop sharing my screen now. I will share back in just a few seconds. Give me 1 minute to stop sharing, and then I'm going to share later. 1 second. Stop sharing. Great. All right. If you can still hear me, please give me a thumbs up. If you can still hear me, please give me a thumbs up. I think my screen stopped sharing. All right. Give me 1 second. I think it is coming up. All right. Thank you very much. Let me open the reports in Looker Studio. And you can use this time to fill out the attendance form, all right? So the attendance form would be in the chat. You can use this time that I'm using to load the reports. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Let me see. So I'm struggling with access to the reports. But 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Right. Just give me 1 second. I actually want to show you. I'm very interested in showing you. I'm very interested in showing you these reports. I would have just said, you know what, let's skip it, but I'm interested in showing you this report. I'm not sure if Mohammed is on the call. Please, Mohammed, if you're on the call, please give me access. All right. Please give me access to, or let me see. Let me load it from my email. Let me see. Okay, I think I've seen it. Great, great, great. I will be able to share it now. I've seen the access that I have. Copy link, and I actually want to show you. All right, that's why I'm taking my time like this. I want you to see what you'll be able to build. I want you to be able to see it, because it's not enough to tell you you'll be able to build this if I can't show you what you would be able to build. So guys, just pardon me for a second. Just pardon me. I want to be able to show you this, but I can reshare my screen. All right, let me reshare my screen now while the report loads. Let me share my screen. There's a link. All right, there's a link to the attendance form. All right, so the report is loading. All right, the report is loading, but let's go ahead while the report is loading. So, but the idea is this is what you'd be able to build in your first week. Guys, is it beginning to excite you already? Can you see the quality of reports that you're going to build in week 1? Fantastic. Now, we will not stop there, because you are also mastering another tool, which is Power BI. So you also need to learn and master Power BI. So in the second week, you're going to learn and master Power BI, but we are not going to say because you are a beginner, you should only build beginner level dashboards. No, we have a structure of training our students such that they can learn from beginner to pro in such a short time. There's a system. We have fantastic facilitators that can take you through that journey of being a beginner to a pro, but you would have to put in the work. All right, you would also have to put in the work. So by your second week in the program, you'll be able to build this advanced pro level, if there's any other word for it, Power BI case study. It's a logistics dashboard. You'll be able to build this from end to end, and this dashboard has a lot of advanced functionalities. So let me see if our Looker Studio report is up, so that I'll show you both the Looker Studio report and then the Power BI. So let me show you the Power BI first while the Looker Studio report is opening up. All right, Power BI is opening up. Guys, can you see the Power BI report in, can you see the live report? Give me a thumbs up if you can see the live report. Great. So this is a logistics dashboard that tracks total shipments, it tracks cost, it tracks revenue, it tracks profit, it tracks on-time delivery rate and return rate. And you can see the trend. But the good thing about this trend is you are not restricted to seeing just one KPI. You are not restricted to seeing just one value in your trend. If you're interested in seeing shipment trend, all you need to do is click on this button and it shows you shipment trend. But if you're no longer interested in seeing shipment trend, now you want to see the trend of cost, click on this button and it opens up your cost trend. So my network is really, really poor tonight. That is why it's performing like this. But usually it should have, taking you to the cost trend. It would open up the cost trend. But let's see if it will do that, guys. Fantastic. Can you see that? Can you see that it has navigated to the cost trend? Great. And you can see that the color changed. All right. You can also see that the color changed. And this is also a technique you would learn, how to use colors purposefully. Now, let's say I'm interested in revenue trend. If I click on revenue, it changes. Guys, can you see it change? Can you see it change? Great. So this is how to build advanced reports in Power BI. I can also open up the filter panel. Say I don't want to see the current time. I want to see for a specific year. If I click on this button, it's going to open up the filter panel. This is an advanced functionality. This is not something a beginner can do, but you will learn how to achieve it. So you filter your reports and look at this title. Immediately, your title will change. It will tell you you are currently viewing data for 2021. If you select 2022, the title will change. It will tell you you are currently viewing data for 2022, and your data will filter to only show data for that year. So these are advanced functionalities, and you can also click on this button to clear filters and go back to the report. All right, so you can see these are advanced functionalities that you are going to learn. Lucas Studio is not opening up, but I think with your Power BI demo, you already have a sense of how intensive the program would be. Give me a thumbs up if you already have an idea of how intensive and impactful the training would be. Fantastic. So that is what you are going to, achieve in week 1 and in week 2. Now, you're not done, because the only thing you need is not technical skills. You also need some other things. And that's what we're going to focus on in the 3rd week. So in week 3, you're going to learn how to leverage artificial intelligence for end-to-end data analytics projects. So what you are going to learn is, how can I use AI to do a data analytics project from scratch to end? All right, so that in case there are some projects you are unable to master because of some skill gap, you can use artificial intelligence to cover that gap, and that will be achieved in the 3rd week. And then in the 4th week, that is where you learn how to build a project portfolio. All right, you're going to have a website. You're going to build your own website by yourself. That means you're also going to learn how to build a website, not just data projects. You're going to learn how to build a website. And don't worry, if you are scared of writing code, you're not going to be using code. You're not going to be writing code to build this website, but you will build your own website that will serve as your project portfolio. Also, in the 4th week, you're going to learn how to optimize your LinkedIn to make it attractive, so that recruiters will start, reaching out to you for opportunities. And also in the 4th week, you're going to learn how to use AI to craft an intelligent CV that matches every job description you are trying to apply to. You're going to be learning a lot of things in the 4th week. So that is the rundown of the program from week 1 to week 4. So my question to you is this: based on our conversation so far, and based on the 5 things that I said you lack, given everything I've mentioned, do you think it provides you with all those things that you lack or not? A thumbs up if it does, thumbs down if it doesn't. Given everything I've talked about now, do you now see that this is the solution that you have been looking for? Fantastic. So that is what the program looks like. So if you are ready to empower yourself, you are ready to do more in order to be more, this training program is the ideal solution that you want to pursue. And a lot of students have used this program to literally change their lives. But I'm not going to be talking about these people. I've spoken about, Esther and Oluwaseun, but there are more students who have used this kind of program to elevate their career. This is Ogochi. Ogochi now works as a business analyst. This is Uduak, Lebura, and Eileen. 3 of them now, in fact, you know what? Lebura and Eileen now works as data analysts, but Uduak works currently as an application support engineer at Sparkle, Nigeria. And these people went through this kind of program, and they were able to elevate their career. So this is the solution that you've been looking for. If for a long time you've been looking to get into tech, but you didn't know how, this right here is the solution that you want to give to yourself. All right. So guys, for the program, it's going to be a 1-month program. All right. It's going to be a 1-month program for people that are ready to get into the program. And before I even talk about that, I want to focus on just those people now. All right, because our next cohort is getting started on the 8th of November. The next cohort for this program is resuming on the 8th of November. So you're on this call. You are ready for this cohort, this November 8th cohort. Give me a thumbs up. so that I can focus on you. You're on this call, you want to get started, you want to be able to build all those fantastic projects that I've shown you. You want to be able to build amazing projects starting on the 8th of November. You want to make yourself available. Fantastic. So if you are one of such people, block your calendar from the 8th of November for a fully intensive 1 month journey. All right. And your main class will hold during the weekend. All right. So every Saturday, you're going to have your main live class where you're going to be building these solutions together with your instructor, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right. So you don't need to resign your job. All right. You can do your job, work days, and come and upskill yourself for the next level during the weekend. So from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, for 3 hours, you'll be with your instructor because the classes are instructor-led, all right? But then, to prepare you for those classes, you would also have access to preparatory videos. So we would have given you some videos ahead of class so that you can watch, learn the skills, master the theories, learn how these tools work. And then on Saturdays, you then come to class and apply everything you have learned in class. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Correct. So for everybody that said they are ready, so I'm inviting you to join the November 8th course. It's our Tech Elevator program, all right? And the fee for that program is originally 100,000 naira. Everything that you are going to learn is just for 100,000 originally. All right, that is the fee for the program. So if you're interested, you want to transform your life, transform your career, position yourself for global opportunities that pay you in dollar, this is the program that you want to sign up for. The original price is 100,000 naira, but you have an opportunity tonight to take advantage of our early bird special. All right. So for some people, I'm giving you the opportunity to grab it at a discounted price tonight. And for you, if you want to take advantage of that discount tonight, you only get to pay 40,000 naira. So you become part of the people that would get our 60% off the standard fee. So you have tonight to secure the discount. Or if you are somebody who doesn't like discounts, you know, we love you too, all right? If you don't love discounts, we love you. But if you're somebody who wants to take advantage, maybe 100,000 naira is not too much, but it's just inconvenient right now. You have an opportunity to secure the discount tonight and pay only 40,000 naira. So anyone you want to do, if you want to pay fully or you want to pay the discounted price tonight, all you need to do is make a direct transfer to the account that you can see on the screen. It's a Sterling Bank account for Nebiant Analytics. The account number is 0098999047. Sterling Bank. Any of the, any of the fee structure you want to take advantage of. If you want to pay the full price of 100,000 naira, you are more than welcome. But for actual Nigerians, there are two types of Nigerians. There are Nepo babies and there are people like me that are not Nepo babies. All right. We are trying to make the best of the resources that we have. All right. So if you are such person, you have tonight as an opportunity to take advantage of the discount. Make a payment of 40,000 naira tonight, and that's all you're paying. All right. Make a payment of 40,000 naira tonight, and that is all you are paying for the program. So instead of paying 100,000 naira, if you pay 40,000 naira tonight, that is all you are ever paid. So let's know what you're doing. And once you are done making payments, send us a proof of payments on our WhatsApp 07015647028, and we will send you the enrollment link and you get enrolled into the program. Congratulations. We can't wait to hold you by the hand and literally transform your career. So do so right now if you're taking advantage of the discounts. But if not, you can pay the 100,000 naira before program starts. But if you don't want to pay 100,000 naira, you can grab my discount right off me tonight. All right, so I'm going to allow people to ask me questions right about now. So if you're making payments, please do so right on this call so that you don't miss out on the discount. If you're making payment tonight, if yours is to secure the discount and you want to do that tonight, please do that while we're on the call so that you don't miss out on the discount. And once you are done, guys, please immediately you're done making the discount payment, just send us a proof of payment to the account number you can see on your screen. All right, you can see on your screen, and you can also type done in the chat once you're done with that, so that we can proceed with the next steps of enrollment. So if you have a question, please raise your hand. All right, please raise your hand. This is the icon to raise hand. This is the icon to raise hand. Once you raise your hand, once I see you raising your hand, I'm going to assume that you have a question for me. All right, that you have a question for me. And if you have a question for me, I'm going to call your name. And once I call your name, please feel free to unmute your mic and ask your question. Is that taken, guys? Is that taken? So I can see, I don't know, D. I can see D. I can't see your full name. I can't see your full name. Let me see if I can see. That is Donald. Donald Emmanuel. Donald Emmanuel. Please go ahead, unmute your mic and ask your question while I go through the charts to look at some questions that we have. Donald, please go ahead with your question.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I've already enrolled for the course for the October cohort,
All right.
and my question was the one of the tools or some of the tools that we'll be using to work. I've come to find out that it requires a kind of subscription, something like that, like Excel and then the others. So I don't know how to go about it now.
All right. So for the programs that we teach, for the tools that you're going to be learning to use here at Nebiant Analytics, we have found a way, or we decided to, find, a way that you don't need to spend extra to learn. All right. So tools like Excel, you don't need to subscribe. You can just go to, I don't know if you live in Lagos. Do you live in Lagos?
No, I live in Port Harcourt.
Okay, so I'm sure Lagos people would understand when I say somewhere like Computer Village. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. Do you have any place in Port Harcourt that is like a computer village
Yes,
where you have
yes.
technicians? Great. You can just take your computer or your laptop to places like that and look for these engineers. They can help you install what is called a cracked version of Microsoft Excel, for instance. That will solve it. You don't need to pay. All right, you don't need to pay for any subscription. That will solve it. And then for the tools that we're going to be learning for the November course, Power BI and Looker Studio, you don't even need to take your computer anywhere because those tools are absolutely free of charge. One of them is internet based, meaning it's just something you access on the internet. You don't need to install anything. And the other one, which is Power BI, please mute your mic so that people can hear me. All right, the other one, which is Power BI, is accessible for free. You don't need to pay anything. All right, so does that answer your question? Please mute your mic. A, who is not A? Apple Inc. Please mute your mic. You know what? I'll just go ahead. Please, if I don't call you, please do not unmute your mic. If I don't call you, please do not unmute your mic. But Donald, I believe that answers your question.
Yes, although I will have to pay the software engineer to at MTN.
They
At
don't
Computer
require
Village.
they don't require so much financial commitment. All right, they don't require so much. I mean, here in
All right,
Lagos,
no
I don't
problem.
know about Port Harcourt. Here in Lagos, with 5,000 naira, you are good to go.
All right, no problem.
All
Well,
right.
apart from Excel and this other tool that you mentioned, I will not be needing any extra app or any extra.
No, you would not. You would not.
All
You
right,
would not.
all right.
All right.
Thank you.
So are you joining the November cohort as well?
I have already joined for the October, and then one of the, I think the marketing team at the Nebian told me that I will not be missing anything if I don't join the November cohort, since I'm already in a particular, as I'm already taking a particular course, which is the data analytics.
All right, all right, all right. That's good. That's good. All right. So I see a lot of people asking for the same thing. All right. I see a lot of people asking for the same thing. So this is what I'm going to do. If you are one of such people, the 40,000 naira discount came as a shock to you, but you still want to be able to secure the discount. You don't want to miss out on the discount. First of all, I want to know if you're still on the call. So if you're one of such people, give me a thumbs up. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you're one of such people. If you people are numbered enough, I might be able to reach a compromise. All right. So for everybody, all right, that gave a thumbs up, this is what I can do for you. Usually, I would not have even brought this up, but because I see the interest, because I see the level of interest, what I can do now for you is this. All right. And if you can take advantage of that opportunity, it will be great. All right. So instead of having to pay 40,000 naira tonight to be able to secure the discount, what I can do for you is you can make half of that as a commitment to the program. All right. So that you are still able to secure the discount. So you pay half of that tonight, and then by the end of October or before the end of October, you must have balanced up the remaining half. So what does that mean? Pay 20,000 naira tonight to secure the discount, and then you have till the end of October to balance off. If you can do that, I can make it work for you. So how does that sound? If you're doing that, give me a thumbs up so that I can add you to the list of people that will be enjoying the discount. All right, great. So make half payments tonight and let me know. All right, let me know. Send us a proof of payment. Send us a proof of payment. All right, and make sure that before the end of October, you have balanced up the remaining 20,000. So I can make that work for you. I can make that work for you only because you show so much interest. All right. So if you are doing that as we speak, if you are doing that right now, give me a thumbs up. You are securing your discount. Give me a thumbs up. You are securing your discount tonight. All right. You are securing your discount tonight, whether the full 40,000 naira or just half of the 40,000 naira. All right. So do well to send us the proof of payment so that you are enlisted as part of the people that are going to secure the discount. So let me see another question that has nothing to do with money. I believe I've answered majority of the question. Can you rewind and mention what we get when we pay for this? What's the value package? Did you join it, Maduagu? But I'll do that very quickly. All right. I'll do that very quickly. I'll try to be very quick with this. So please pay attention. In fact, before I even go ahead, please give me a thumbs up if you're still on the call so I don't end up wasting my time. Maduagu, if you're still on the call. Maduagu. Okay, great, great. So the reason I mentioned that you don't have a tech job right now, despite the abundance of opportunities globally, you don't have a tech job because you lack five things. You lack Power BI and Looker Studio skills. You lack knowledge of website portfolio. You lack personal brand that is visible and compelling. You don't know how to prompt engineer artificial intelligence, and you don't have an AI-powered CV. Because now we live in an age where recruiters are using AI to publish job descriptions. You also need to use AI to match those job descriptions on your CV. And that is what this program will offer you, because in the first week, you will learn to build solutions with Looker Studio, so much so that by the end of that week, you would have been able to build this amazing Looker Studio report that you can see on my screen. All right, Maduago, I hope you are following me. I hope you are following me. All right, great. So by the end of this week, by the end of week 1, rather, this is the Looker Studio report that you will be able to build, and you would add this to your portfolio. But then in the second week, we won't stop there. Also in the second week, you would also learn and master Power BI, so much so that in the second week, this is the project you would build and add to your portfolio. Then in the third week, you will learn how to use AI to build a data analytics project from scratch to finish, from end to end. Then in the fourth week, you will then focus on employability by building a project portfolio. You build a website by yourself without writing code, all right, where you are going to put all your projects. Then you would optimize your LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn, we'll guide you on how to create one, and then you would optimize it, make it attractive for recruiters to want to reach out to you for opportunities. And also in that fourth week, you'll also learn how to use AI to match CV with every job you are trying to apply to. So this is what you get from the program. Do you understand now, Maduago? Do you understand now? All right, great. So take advantage of the tonight. You want to pay 100,000 naira, and so let me see. Do we have more questions? I want to end this session by 9:15 maximum. John, so please, till month end, if you secure your discount tonight, yes, you have till month end to complete your payment. You even have till the end of October to complete it. All right, the end of October to complete it. But if you don't secure your discount tonight, you will be part of the people paying 100,000 naira Olubome. So John, yes, there is a certificate attached to it. By the end of the program, once you're done with your project, everything, a certificate will be issued. Nurain, please, can you extend the discount till month ending? I have already discussed everything about payment and discount. So let me go and see hands that are raised. I can see Miraga Akonde. So please go ahead, Akonde, ask your question. Unmute and ask your question, please.
Hi, good evening. Well, sorry,
Good
I think most of the questions have already been answered already, because I was about to ask about certification, if we get a certification after the course. And also, I was pleading for a discount at the month end, so that's a both.
Okay, so did you get the part where I mentioned that you can secure the discount tonight with just half of the 40,000 naira? Did you get that part?
I did, yes. So that's why I said you've answered the question. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, all right, great. So just with half payments, you have secured the discount. Then you can take your time till the end of October to balance up before the program starts by November. And I see somebody asking, when will this program actually start? November 8th. So November 8th, the program starts. The program starts by the 8th of November, but you can secure discount. You can be a part of the people that would, enjoy our early discount by securing the discount tonight. Can you please, okay, I've already answered that. Oh yes, what is the itinerary of the program? What time of day? How many days in a week? All that. And I've already, I think you came really late, because I've covered all of those. Your live classes will hold on Saturday, and that's where you'll be building projects hands-on. It's not to come and learn theory. You are building projects hands-on in class with your instructors, and by the time you are done with that project, you are going ahead to put that project together in your portfolio. But On Sundays, all right, the first 2 Sundays, we will release a set of instructional videos for you to watch to prepare you for class on Saturday. So that is how classes will run. So let me ask, how many of you have already secured your discount right now? You have already secured your discount. Give me a thumbs up. You have secured a discount and you have sent us a proof of payment. You have secured your discount and you have sent us a proof of payment. All right, great. So if you are yet to do that, ensure that you do that before we wrap up the call, which will be in, say, 5 minutes. All right, because I want us to be done with this session in 5 minutes. By 9:15, we should be done. All right, so if you are still securing your discount, you are still in the process of securing your discount, also give me a thumbs up. Also give me a thumbs up. You're in the process. You don't want to miss out on the discount. You are still in the process. All right. Please do that. Do that very quickly before the session ends so that I can onboard your name as part of the people that are enjoying the discount. All right. So I think some hands are still raised. Saint Michael, please go ahead.
Good evening. Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity.
Good evening.
Yeah. All right. So I just want to speak on behalf of other people and most likely adults and students out there. All right. Yeah. The discount is very, very much good for people like us to be able to pay. But I would just want to say to some people, it wouldn't be easy for them to just pay 20K this night because most people are students and they get their allowance by the end of the month, and this is just the 23rd. So I feel if the management could actually adjust the time, although I know that it's not supposed to be, but if the management can kindly adjust the time for discount like the month end. Why? Because of students who will be receiving their allowances by month end, and also civil servants who will be receiving their
Right.
money by month end. Thank you
Okay.
very much,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you very much. So I need you to I need your powers. All right. I wish I could have your powers. There's a power you have that I want to have. Do you want to know what that power is?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
The power to be able to know so many things, without to know about someone without seeing them or without even knowing their name. So I need that power. Anyways, that's just on a lighter note. What I'm trying to say is, you said you're speaking for a lot of people, but I'm wondering the people you are speaking for, because people are already making payments. All right, so this is it the same people that are already making payments that you are speaking for? That's one. And also, how do you even know that we have other students on the call? But yeah, that's just me being me trying to what's the word now? That's just in a lighter note, anyways. So the standard fee of the program. So this is what I want you to get. Usually the program costs 100,000 naira. All right, that's the standard fee. So even if you are having a conversation about some adjustments, you should be talking about the 100,000 naira. All right. So if you're telling me, oh, can I, shift the payment of the 100,000 till maybe one day before the program, absolutely, we can do that. All right. So if you want to even make any adjustment, it should be on the actual price of the program, because that is actually the price of the program. The only reason why a 40K conversation is even coming up in the first place is because we have thought about this same demography of people you just raised. That, oh, what if we have students on the call? What if we have civil servants? What if we have these people and it's not so convenient? So what should we do? We decided to slash it ridiculously. All right. When you hear discounts out there, you hear, oh, 10% discount, 15% discount, 12% discount, but we went as ridiculously as a 60% discount. That is way more than half of what the program is actually worth. All right, way more than half. And I think that has helped all the demography you can think of, all the demography, whether you're a civil servant, you're a student, you're a this, you are that. This ridiculous slash has catered to these people. All right. But guess what? I even went way above the instruction that I have, and I went ahead to allow some people to even slash that to help them secure it. So instead of having to pay 40,000 naira tonight to be able to secure the discount, all you need to do to secure the discount conveniently is to pay half of that. So with just 20,000 naira, you can secure the discount, and you have a lot of time to look for the remaining 20,000 naira before the program starts. If you ask me, I would think that that is considerate enough. All right. So if you cannot really get 40,000 naira tonight, if the discount is what you're interested in, my advice would be find a way to get that 20,000 naira so that you can still secure the discount, and then you have time to pay off the balance. All right. So that would be my advice to you. So Bright, I can see Bright James. Bright, please very quickly go ahead with your question. Bright James, I see your hand raised. So all right, so I'll just move away from Bright James.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Hello, good
all right,
sir.
please go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Good
Can you-
evening. Yes, please.
Sir.
I can hear you.
Yes, please. I appreciate this training. Please, I want to ask. As a beginner, I really want to understand what is data and data analysis all about, because this is a
When
huge.
you get on the program, don't worry. That is what you're going to learn on the program. When you get on the program, you will learn everything that it entails.
Hello, sir. Can you
Yeah,
hear me,
I can
sir?
hear you. I can hear you. Yes, I can. And I'm also
Data analysis. How does it? Please, that's what I just want to know, and it's
right.
sir.
I heard you, and you can mute your mic now. I heard you loud and clear, Mr. Bright James. And I'm also saying that is what you are going to learn on the program. By the time you get on the program, you're going to learn everything that you need to learn. What is data? In fact, we'll start from the scratch. What is even data? Not even going to data analytics. When you are even saying data analytics, what is data itself? We'll start from that, take you from ground zero till ground hero. So get on the program, and then you learn all that you need to learn about data and analytics and how to use tools to build data solutions. All right, Mr. Bright Samuel. I can see Olubumi on the call. Olubumi, please go ahead.
Hello, good evening. I
Good
truly
evening.
want to appreciate you, because though I joined late, but I was able to catch up some aspects of the conversation. And I sent a
All
message
right.
earlier. I sent a message earlier requesting if you can help us to shift. And the person that spoke, maybe the first person that spoke, requesting for people, salary now, students. I believe the guy didn't make any mistake though. Fine, on a lighter note, like you said. So personally, I'm a salary earner, and today is 23. Even if I'm going to do anything, that'll be within 25 towards the ending. But please, and I still want to benefit of this percentage, this discount. What can you do for us, or can you do for me? I don't want to be selfish now. What can you do for people like us? It's not because we are not interested, we are highly interested, right? But we need all these experiences to put together. I'm working in an office anyways, right? That involve documentation, everything, all this thing that you discussed tonight is applicable to me. It's what I need. But please, I'm begging you, please, just try to look for a way to favor us, please, so we can be able to do this and have our experience of what you're telling us, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Olubumi. All right. So this is what I'm going to say. All right. Send us a DM. You can see our number on the screen, right? 070156470. We can find a way to still, just see how best to support you. I'm not making any promises, all right? I'm not making any promises because let's not forget, all right, that the actual price. So even if we want to have any conversation, it should be about the actual price of the program, don't you think? All right. But I understand. So send us a DM, all right? So if you can send us a DM tonight, please do so, and then we'll take it off from there. So our number is on the screen, and we'll take it off from there. All right. So one last pulse check. One last pulse check. If you have secured the discount and you have sent us your proof of payment, please give me a thumbs up. I want to be sure that I won't be the reason why some people are missing out on the discount. One final pulse check. You secured the discount and you sent us a DM. All right, you sent us a DM with your proof of payment. Please, one last thumbs up before we go. All right, great. I think the other persons have also. All right. While the session is on, but still send us a DM, all right, Akode, still send us a DM. Ensure that you catch our number before, ensure you grab our number before you go, but advisably so that you don't miss out. You don't, because anything can happen, so that you don't miss out. Ensure that you grab our number so that you're able to send us proof of payment. All right. Okay, so if you've gotten that, you have our number, you are sending us a DM right now, you're sending us a DM tonight, please give a thumbs up. You are all right, you have our number, you are sending us a DM, please give a thumbs up before we end the session. All right, great. So I think let me go through the chat one last time to see if there are more questions. I'm also a student. All right. I think there are no more questions. All right. So we will draw the curtain on the session. We have already taken way longer than the scheduled time for the call. But yes, you do, Mr. John. Yes, you do. You become a member of the Nebians community. And as a member of the Nebians community, you have access to support systems from Nebians. All right. I would like to draw a curtain on Asia Goodjoy. Please go ahead. Please go ahead with your question. Joy.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Yusuf. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you for today's section. Please, I want to know, would there be like we do have an opportunity for an internship program after the teaching? There are opportunities for internship.
Particular program, no, there's no in-house internship, but with the skills that you would have gotten on the program, you're not even interested in an internship, because one other thing that maybe I didn't mention is the fact that even in your current job, now that you have upskilled, all right, you can actually use this skill to now apply. You can cross-sell your offering to your organization. Oh, maybe there's a data team in your organization, and now you've upskilled. You can literally walk up to your team lead and say, now I can work with the data team. Or maybe there's nothing like that. You can even walk up to your management and be like, oh, we can do this, we can do that using data, and then you offer your services. All right, so you don't even want to start thinking about internship, because the skill you will be learning are not just beginner level skills. Although we'll start from beginner levels, but by the time you are done, you have gained professional level, pro level skills. All right, so while there's no internship after this particular program, you have the opportunity to secure internship from global opportunities and also use the skill even in your current role. Does that answer your question in any way?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. So have you secured your discount? Are you part of the people that secure their discount, Joy?
No, I've not.
So are you doing that, or you don't mind paying the 100,000 naira?
Well, I might end up paying the 100K because for now I don't
You know what?
have
Just
the
send
full.
us, just send us a DM. Don't worry, just send us a message on WhatsApp. You have our number, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Send us a message tonight. Send us a message. We'll take it up from there. All right. So I think a question just came in the chat. Someone talked about certification. I don't know if you have addressed that. Yes, I have, Mr. Stanley. Yes, after the program, you get a certification. There's a certification issued at the end of the program. I believe that answers your question. All right, guys. Sorry for taking too much of your time tonight. I appreciate you for joining the session, and I hope that you've learned, the things that you lack, hindering you from securing your first job in tech, and the things that you need to be able to get it done. I believe it has been worth your time. Gift Ben, please hope you're not asking me questions about, you know, uh, extending the. Please go ahead, Gift Ben. If it's not about extending anything, please go ahead and ask your question. Okay, so I
good
think
evening.
yes, good evening, Gifts.
Okay, please, I'm just coming in now, and I think I've missed out. I don't know if there is any
So
record.
what you need to do is to fill out the attendance form. All right, there's an attendance form that you fill out, and then you'll be getting the recording. So my colleague will reshare the attendance form right now, and then you get to watch the recording.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, thank you everyone for joining the session. I wish you a good night rest.
All right, thank you, sir.